look what I bought my kids. I bought my kids this and that. Motherfucker, like, okay, and you know what I mean. So I know when you go, because you say when you go to work, and you got people on there that say they can't stand their boss, but you still working for that cat, and you gotta, you understand. It's kind of like, I don't think social media is the issue. I think the people, which you're doing. I got enough sense not to go and post certain things, and if I have access to something that allows me to, hell yeah, you know.
Big facts.
So I'm gonna ask this last question because I know what we on, and then like I said, it kind of hurts me to ask it, but I feel her. So no. So she says, "Why don't you guys love us? What is so bad about black women?"
Wow.
That's what she at. No, I'm saying, like I said, I didn't want to ask it, but I feel what she's saying.
Can I say something real quick on that?
Oh, okay.
It goes back to what I told what I think I said either the group or said it after the conversation last week.
Okay.
When I said, like, listening to everyone's conversations, like as Latino looking in on the black culture, even outside of this podcast and other conversations, I have heard the exact same thing from black women and black men. Black women have said, why do black men don't love us, and black men have said, why do black women don't love us?
Wow.
Everyone has said the exact same thing. So for me, that's kind of like indicative of black culture. Is like, what is going on that you guys can't admit that.
And we're not talking. That's one thing. Thank you for now. That's one thing. Evidence is we're not talking about it because one thinks this and one thinks that, and we're not coming together and seeing what it is. So what do you guys think of that when you hear that? When you hear her say that?
I love black women.
Now, why do you put that emphasis? I got a feeling I know why you putting that emphasis on black women, but why do you say women?
Because a woman that knows how to be a woman, like we was talking earlier. I don't like a chick that thinks she got a dick. I don't like women that pop it on the ground. I don't like women that
Is that just indicative of us though, as sisters though?
A lot of us I see it a lot from us. I don't really care what anybody else is doing.
I got you. No, I hear what you're saying.
But I see it a lot from us. And especially in the community where I come from, a lot of ratchetness. I'm from the ghetto. I'm from Watts, Jordan Down Projects. I see a lot of bullshit. Feel me? You try and get over on us, think we peons and all that kind of stuff. It's nasty. I see why a lot of my fellow men don't deal with you.
Really?
You know, never really dawned on me. What color is your wife?
She black. She a black woman.
Huh. So how do you distinguish the difference?
My women don't do none of that stuff that I just described.
So the women that do that stuff that you described, what do you call them?
Tatianas.
You know, honestly, I'm going to say, I agree. I get it. Tatianas. That's what they do. True. There are like these levels of feminine womanhood, I guess would be a better term, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I often look at it. I think earlier in the convo, I talked about a situation where I had to take and remove myself back in efforts to repair my relationship with my mother to a degree. We were having this we were having a real issue with communication. And I realized that, I think in a lot of ways, especially in the black community, these issues start there with our relationships. You look at how many we were talking about how many of our kids are growing up in single family homes, roughly 60, 70%. Right? Well, those aren't all black boys, those are black females as well. Mm-hmm. And how often are they not having a relationship with their fathers, or they're having a strained relationship with their fathers? Mm-hmm. And how often are these black boys having a relationship with their mothers, but then it grows to be strained because they're trying to be men and their mothers are trying to keep them as boys, and then you see that strain, right? Mm-hmm. And then those two segments of populations go into the world trying to deal with each other when they never really learned certain aspects of communication and respect in the home from the get-go. So now you're gonna put them in the world to figure it out and throw sex in the mix. It's like, yo, you're creating a recipe for disaster in a lot of ways, right? So, when you hear that question, it sounds like a sad question, but the reality is, maybe in her perspective, we don't love them, but I think it's a deeper situation, whereas it's not that black men don't love black women, and I don't think it's that black women don't love black men. I think we are constantly going through this process of trying to figure out what love is and what love looks like. And I think when you look at black couples like you, where you guys have been together for so long, you start to realize that the key pillars of love and lasting love, right, is not sex. It's respect, it's kindness, it's communication. It's her acting in a way that makes you respect her, that demands your respect, and you acting in a way that commands her respect to a degree to where she wants to be submissive and wants to act like a woman and wants to be a better woman. And in turn, she inspires you to want to be a better man, right?
Yes, sir.
And to want to represent her and to protect her and be all these things that women are looking for, men are looking for, right? So it's kind of crazy when you think about it. Be it.
Okay. How do you look at it when you hear that question?
I think I think it's a false statement. And the reason I think it's a false statement is that statistically, if I said that right, statistically, 80% of black men are married to black women.
Very true.
This is very true.
The ones that get married.
The ones that actually do get married, 80% of them are married to black women. Right. A good, 25% of black women will get married, period. That's not to black people. That's to everybody across the board. That's not black and black love. That's just black women in general. 1 in 4 women will marry. And not including
Why
black
do you
men.
think that is?
So I think that a lot of things that women want men to accept about them nowadays, men are not willing to ride for. And what I mean by that is that due to social media, the nature of how women are nowadays, everything being in heightened and everything like that, it makes it very difficult for a man to see a wife and a woman that hasn't matured into a wife. A lot of women know how to be girlfriends and not wives, and men are not signing up for that. No matter what you are, whether you're black, white, anybody. But when it comes to our community, we're being forced to accept somebody for who they are without any growth. You don't have to change. You get to stay who you are. But as a male, we have to change. We have to grow up. We have to be all this other extra shit for you just to prove a point that we are worthy of your presence. But we also have to accept women for who they are and what they do and all this other extra stuff, because they feel that you saw who I was before and you're supposed to accept this. They're not obligated to change. We are obligated. We are obligated to change, period. We have
they want to change us.
Right. And I always go back to my original statement that I think women are dumb in love and mature about life. Y'all can handle life. Y'all gonna make sure that y'all gonna eat. Y'all gonna make sure that y'all can wake up every morning, live a certain lifestyle if y'all want to. Males, we know what it is. We get it. That's why we're not quick to go marry nobody. You know what I mean? And if we do, we kind of cool with that person. You know what I mean? That's why we can. It's weird that we can go have a baby with somebody and not marry them. That shows the dynamics of the character of the person. That even me having a baby while I can still see where I messed up at.
if you guys want,
you get what I'm saying,
right?
But at the same time, getting married to somebody, it's a little bit more detrimental. A man got a lot more to lose, and it doesn't mean black men out here really do love black women, but also a lot of black women don't want to be defended.
They don't want to be what?
They don't want to be defended either. When we try to come to the defense of somebody, it's always, I didn't ask you to do that. I didn't ask you to do X, Y, Z. They question chivalry. They question everything.
This love. They question your respect.
They question your respect. They question your manhood. They question everything. So men tend to back off and let you man for yourself. It has nothing to do whether we love you or not. It's kind of we giving you what you asked for.
But to be fair, too, in a lot of ways, that goes back to what we was talking about earlier. You know, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right?
Okay.
A lot of these women, they didn't grow up necessarily having a man defend them. They had to defend
I
themselves
agree.
from the get go.
I totally
So,
agree.
you know, a lot of times by the time they get to a situation where they're in a relationship with a guy that actually does want to care for them, defend them, protect them, and actually be legit,
Okay.
right? Come correct. And he's the like unicorn after they didn't dealt with this slew of dudes that have tried to do the opposite of what he's trying to do, and they've had to in their actions have only reinforced her need to defend and protect herself.
But it
right?
depends on her on what that was. Because, like I said, she could date a slew of dudes, but her needs and wants were different for all these slew of dudes too. She could have wanted somebody that wanted money at one point. She could have wanted a street dude. She could have been this and that. She could have been blessed with a dude. All women have a good dude in their corner. They just don't look at them because they're not enough for them to focus on. They don't focus on them until they get by like 50 or 60 years old.
And then they don't. And then they don't want them.
And then they just settle. They just be like, okay, this will work.
No, I'm talking about the man.
Oh, then yeah. Go ahead, Fernando. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna go back to what Van said about talking about black marriage. I popped up some statistics. It's a little older. It's from 2017, but I think it's recent enough. So it says right here for black people, and this is from blackdemographics.com. It says for black people, 30% of black people in America have been married. 50% have never been married, and of that percentage, just breaks down for men. 33% have been married. For black women, is only 27%. And I actually have an interesting stat right here. It says 85. It says 85% of black men have a black wife, and for black women, 93% of them have had a black husband. And that being said, black men do have a higher percentage of marrying a white woman, which is at 9%, and black women have a 4% chance of marrying a white man.
Chance like it's weather.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean chance. I don't mean chance.
No, I got you. No, I got what you're saying.
Yeah,
I got what you're saying.
And then everything else breaks down to Hispanic and other.
Okay.
Let it snow.
I mean, and I think thank you for that, Fernando. And I think that, I think you made a good point. I think you don't think about the actual numbers because it's what you see in media is that, what is not, what's not attractive or what's not what the I get the upper echelon cat doesn't go for. And it's not that that's not what's happening. It's what's spotlighted as opposed to what probably reality is or the people that you're concerned with what they're doing as opposed to that. But I think part of what she's saying is when they do it in mixed company. Like, for example, when you have something a while ago when they wouldn't let like dark skin or black women in a club that all the cats were in and they were like, Cardi B, they won't let us into this club because we look black. Or and none of the brothers said, hey, if you ain't letting them in, we're not coming in. Like them, period. Why don't you love us? Why do you stand up? So I hear what you're saying about a lot of times they don't like being defended. But at the same token, why do that in front of the world? Why are black women saying black men are this and that in front of the world? And why are black men saying black women? I don't see any other culture that does that.
So look, so my thing, this will be my thing. So why when things like that happen, why don't our black women stand up for themselves in situations like that and never patronize stuff like that either?
I agree.
You get what I'm saying?
I agree.
Regardless of whether you want us to come to your defense, we also want y'all to come to defense for yourself too.
I agree.
You get what I'm saying? We're not saying that y'all don't love yourselves, but why are y'all standing outside that club?
No, I agree. The first thing I said when I saw that
you know what I mean?
Is like, if you don't want my patrons, okay, I'm going. I'm not going to beg anybody to let me spend my money to be where I'm not wanted. Exactly. We have a hope, and I agree with you. Why you keep banging on the door of a place that don't want to let you in? Why? I have that. I do have that same consideration because that's I'm from the school of you vote with your feet off. That's what. I'm from a mother that wouldn't let us listen to Prince for a while until she saw some black women in the video. She said, "Oh, okay, now you can play Prince in my house." You know, she wouldn't. If somebody don't respect you, don't give them a dime of your energy.
Right.
That's what I grew up with, so that's what I do. So I wouldn't have been a woman outside the club talking about they won't let us in. Oh, well, shit, cool.
Right. That's something that you write about. You write about that club. They don't allow black women in
Yeah.
this club instead of saying
The-
Cardi
the-
B
the
came
win-
into our defense.
Right. The
But it
it's
still
not a
didn't work.
win to get us in that club. You know, fuck that club. But we look at that as a society as a win. Okay, now y'all gotta let us in. Y'all ain't gotta let me in and nowhere y'all don't. I'm not wanted.
Stop fighting for the wrong thing.
Yeah,
Right.
I want to go back to segregation.
That's a whole other
Yeah, I'm
conversation.
dead serious.
It's still what happened.
It's
That's still what happened.
but it's our peril. That's what I was. It goes back to the Black history. No, I'm sorry. It goes back to the Image Awards and the Grammys. It goes back to that. Unless you value where you like the origin, you always going to be competing to be in a system that wasn't designed for you. Why you keep trying to be accepted by somewhere that's not trying to accept you? You understand what I mean? And I don't think you're being pigeonholed just to go where you're accepted. I don't think you're limiting yourself. You're enriching yourself.
That part.
Yeah.
And that's not enough for us. And when it's enough for us, we'll be able to, that's what I'm saying. Somebody go in your cupboard and make a bomb ass dinner of shit that you got. That's within you. They see something in you that you don't see.
You know, I think another reason why some black men feel away just towards our sisters is that it's like information y'all don't retain well as far as what we look for.
How so?
Because it's more or less like y'all more concerns is with each other than what the
I think that's all women.
well, to
I
a
think
certain
that's
degree,
all
but
women.
I'm not concerned about all. I'm just saying
I
just
got
us
you.
in general. It's like we can tell y'all what we looking for and what we like, and I'm not. If y'all not there, y'all not willing for it.
He's
Y'all
saying
not,
it.
No, he's saying
Y'all
that, but
not
I'm
doing
pointing
it.
to you because that's the original point that you gave me to start this conversation. Do you remember?
I don't remind me.
You said that black men like to be babied sometimes.
You do.
That's what you told me. And you said, and well, sisters ain't gonna do it. That's why they go. That's what you told me. And I said, okay, well, that's gonna be a subject of conversation. That's what started the conversation.
Other women, especially like my Mexican brother over here,
hmm
a lot of Mexican women are raised to serve. You have sisters?
One.
I have one sister, but she's all about fuck that shit.
Oh yeah. A lot of in the Mexican culture, the daughter will serve the brother before she eats, because that's how they raise their kids to be.
Damn, who raised my sister? She'll make extra. No, she'll make extra food. She'll be like, she'll come up to me like, "Oh, I made you a sandwich." No, you did. You just didn't want to finish. You just didn't want to eat the second sandwich. But yes, yeah. I mean, you're completely right. Like,
Have you heard of that?
so yeah, like you're
Have you
completely
seen
right.
that?
Like, Mexican women are taught to be able to like kind of like honor the father, honor the men in your family, and then also even see your brother as an extension of your family. I
Of
mean,
your father. Like,
of the father. Yes,
I
I
got
mean
you.
when my father passed away, I in a lot of ways I had to fill in that role of a father figure in certain ways. So my sister's already grown; she's
Mhm.
21. She just turned 21. But I still had to kind of like I still had to guide her in a way because she's still
Right.
young and she's still very naive to a lot of things, and also because like I'm her older brother, I try to protect her from a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, I like it's very common for the even the brothers to kind of fill in that role when the father's not there.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of ingrained in, and I'm not talking about the culture of the people, but I'm talking about the culture of a learning.
Mm-hmm.
When you like, it's kind of like when a mother is teaching her daughter things. You're taught to this is what you're to provide. That's the hierarchy of the family. This is what you do. So let me ask you: do you think if we're saying baby, then we're saying kind of baby of being soft to, being kind to, like maybe fixing his plate. He get the big piece of chicken. However you want to look at that,
Mhm.
being babied. Do you think that if you present that to a sister, like, can you rub my left butt cheek? Like, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think she gonna be like, oh, look at this pocket? Do you think it's gonna be met with that? Because I think that maybe you'll feel freer with a freer person. Because let's talk about it. When you have a black man and a black woman, what's very present there is there's oppression there on both sides.
True.
So it's kind of like the equivalent of you're not going to go to court with house shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to come to work with wet hair. You have to come in on another level. So you're, even when you're supposed to be relaxed, you're not relaxed. You still got that kind of corner of I'm on. So you got two people with that corner of I'm on. And if I slack a little bit and be tender and need some tenderness, that person that's always on is going to look at me like I'm a simp or whatever because I asked for tenderness. As opposed to, you better, a sister told me, girl, you got the ghetto, you better toughen up. I'm like, why? Why? You know what I'm saying? You should be allowed to have that. So what I'm saying is, if you say to a sister, where it's kind of like, okay, let me give you a scenario, and then I know we're going long, and we're about to wrap this up. So say if you're at a scenario where it's you and a white girl, and y'all walking along having a great conversation, and you come up on a private beach, and and y'all talk, damn, shoot, it's hot today. I'd like to get on the beach and stuff like that. And you and the sister gonna keep walking, but y'all probably go get some water balloons and make it have fun. White girl go, hey, let's try. Let's go up under this rope and try. Her existence is freer already. She doesn't have that thing. So no, listen to what I'm saying. She doesn't have that thing of that edge. So she'll take the, let's sneak and go. Let's go up under this rope and go to that beach. As opposed to two people that have that kind of edge to them, might know the ramifications of them two getting caught up. Oftentimes you're free as your company. You understand what I mean? No?
Kind of.
I get what you're saying.
Are we allowed to be tender with each other?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think a lot of
and not think less of each other if we're allowed to be tender with each other.
I think a lot of our black women have been tough way too long, and it's messing up reality on a lot of things. There's a lot of men that are willing to be what you want to be nowadays, because I think the growth of just our black men has came far, and it has
I think so.
grown a lot. But on the other side, we got some of our women out there that are, you get what we give you, not I'm giving you what you need. And that's the difference, is that when you giving us what you get what I get you, that's something I probably don't want then. You get what I'm saying? It's not enough if I'm telling you what I need, but you saying this, oh well.
But you have a sister that'll give you tough love. Like, this is what you need right now to get you over that hump, as opposed to maybe giving you what you want. I know that's always been a dynamic of maybe the black mother or the black woman. She's gonna push you, she gonna hold you down, and she gonna give you that extra push. As opposed to maybe you're saying it maybe not be the push, but it might be just the sense of being okay with, I need something else right now. Possibly. Because I think about it now, because what I want to praise a lot of sisters on doing is we're doing a lot of self-reflection, and you talk about like self-care and stuff. Some of it is some of it is facials and massages, but a lot of self-care is talking to somebody and figuring out why I'm in the situations that I'm in. Why? But no, I'm saying that
so much men are exhausted. We talk about.
I'm not talking about talking with you guys. I'm talking about self-reflection.
But that's the problem. Y'all not talking to us. I mean, y'all not listening to us. Y'all ask all the questions that y'all want to ask to say, well, why is this and why is that? We can give you all the game that you want.
Okay,
so if it doesn't fit who you are, you would not accept it at all.
Okay, so this is what I want to happen.
They are the problem, or then you'll
no,
get
I
back
got
into
you.
situations
So this
of the
is
past.
what I want to happen, because I'm not going to do it now because we're running long. But this is what I want to happen. I'm going to give you guys the same option. I want some questions. Send me some questions. What you want me to ask them?
Got you.
Shoot me questions as they come to you. So our next sit down, I'm gonna do the same thing I'm doing to you all, and I'm going to have feedback. I'm going to definitely give the vigor that I'm getting when I ask these questions. So I'm shoot them to me.
Why do you use so much cocoa butter?
With the butters in the oils and such.
Gotta make a comment on cocoa butter.
Oh Lord,
it's the stuff that works.
Yeah.
I personally use it.
Oh Lord, I'm scared to ask what you use it for.
Wait, you using cocoa
Everything.
butter, Fernanda?
Yeah, because I get like ashy elbows, and it like soothes it out a lot. I like it.
You get ashy for that?
You know what? That's my. I
He's
never
brown.
knew.
He's
I
brown.
never.
Oh,
I never.
I'm light, but I
I
down
thought
outside
only
of it,
black people got
Ain't that some
ashy.
shit? Let me look at your
Shit.
elbows.
I really
Fernando.
did. I'm
We
learning.
can post pictures of my elbow on Instagram later
See, my
on.
elbow's ashy right now. Shit.
No, they ain't. I
No,
thought.
you're not ashy. You're not
I
ashy.
that's. I learned something today. I literally thought. I guess you can see it better on it, but I didn't thought. I just thought it was dry, extreme. Like I be seeing on the lotions, extremely dry skin. I didn't know ashy.
We all
No,
human, dog.
Did you know white people didn't use washcloths?
Yep.
What?
They don't.
Mm-mm.
See, now that's how you be perpetual lies.
Do you use a washcloth, Fernando?
Yes,
Fernando ain't white.
yes, I bathe myself. I
No,
keep
he's not
clean.
white.
I'm
Wait, hold
not.
on, you
I'm
said
not-
No,
what?
they bathe
I
themselves,
yeah,
but
I
explain
use a
washcloth.
What is
I use a
bathe
wash-
yourself though?
What is
Like
that?
I use a washcloth. I use a sponge and all that stuff.
I don't think
I don't
he's
do
saying that
none.
they don't bathe. I think he's saying they don't use the
washcloth.
apparatus.
No, if you don't use a washcloth, you
They
ain't
use a
bathing.
bar of soap.
They use a bar of
Yeah,
soap.
yeah. If you,
Oh, really?
Yeah. I asked a few of them.
well,
Really?
How large was
also
your
it
sample
depends.
size?
Well,
It depends because
Fernando's not white, but
because if
What was the
I'm
average age demographic of those that you asked?
That's a lot of them.
The 30s.
soap on the body.
Yeah.
They just use the straight bar.
Straight to the straight bars.
Really?
if I'm in Mexico, I'm using straight bar because that's all there is. But if I'm here,
Oh.
obviously, if
Straight
I'm
bar
here
is
at home,
weird.
then I'm using washcloth.
And I didn't understand
Wow.
it.
Okay.
I couldn't
I didn't
understand it.
know. Okay.
I was like, how you get clean?
I don't understand how that works. How do you get the dirt off?
Range it off. Retch around.
The women did. They said they used loofahs. So
Loofahs is fire though.
Yeah,
It
loofahs
is-
get that dead skin
it's
off.
using something that's the same thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. As long as you use something, not just
but a lot
just
of
hope,
Look
just
here, on my
just
vacation,
praying
I
that
already
the
used my
water
first
will get
loofah
it.
and that motherfucker was
No, I
like,
think
You
they
ain't-
do
you ain't-
clean, but they don't use the washcloth. They use the soap to body, I think. But Mike, what were you about to say?
You ain't getting all the dead skin cells off until you go in and get a body scrub at the Korean spot. Go get that body scrub. Let them just scrub all them dead cells.
They make
off,
you
man.
feel like
know.
like you at San Diego Animal Park. Like you lay on the bed
Right.
and it's like they got a drain on the floor and they just rinse you and they scrub,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then they rinse you off and you in the room, everybody got everything out and you just
brand-
but
all new
your
skin
skin.
cells.
I think
Everybody just
everybody
bang it
need
together?
that.
Is that how we can tell who needs the Magnum and who doesn't?
I think so.
Well, no, because you're laying on your stomach, and when it's time to flip you over, they cover the essentials. But besides that, I think because we have dead skin cells all day, so I think
Loofahs.
it's true.
That's another thing black men need to do. Self-care, black men. Self-care.
I try to get the pedicure once a month.
Whether it's a pedicure, your foot massage,
Pedicure,
your spine.
Yep.
My wife made me do it.
Yep, pedicures are
Feet
Black
was
men
crazy.
You got bad feet?
I had bad feet.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
pedicure.
That's different.
Hey, black men need to learn that there's more ways to stress management than rolling a blunt. That's
I
all I'm
agree.
saying.
What about
speaking
what
of
about
which.
therapy?
I mean, therapy is cool too, but you could therapy.
This is therapy.
This is therapy. Talk to the homies.
Mhm.
Reach out to your brothers. That's as
And
good
have
therapy.
a environment where you ain't being judged by what you say. That's the big thing.
And don't have a
being
bunch of
listening.
yes men. Like have dudes that have diverse experiences. Ideally, if you got issues within your marriage, talk to your homies that got experience in those areas. Because don't go talk to your single homie that's knocking down 15
Now let me
chicks a day.
ask you, because that comes up. You know how they say don't talk to your single friends about marriage stuff. Is that vital? Do I need to get shot to know it ain't gonna feel good? I mean, do you have to? Can you not talk to single people about marital issues?
I wouldn't talk to them about your personal.
I don't.
Okay.
If I got marriage issues, I'm gonna talk to him who got some experience dealing with the same chick for years and months and weeks and days on end, versus the one that's just
A couple of seasons.
If a couple,
Right, because I think people need to go through a couple of seasons with somebody to know them, as opposed to having a representative for 6 months.
Exactly.
Have some hard times.
Marriage are extended relationships.
Yeah.
You get to know a person's core and their character.
For sure.
And those kind of aspects of a person don't really come out until you see them in certain adverse situations and see how they handle it.
Mhm.
You know, you could be with the buffest toughest guy on the block all
Super
day
women.
until something happened, and y'all about to get robbed, or he run into the wrong homie on the block,
Mhm.
and then you get to see, is he really all he was cracked up to be? Right? You get to see his true nature. I think that's what we're talking about, right? A lot of men don't look for a woman's true nature. They just get caught up on the surface. She nice, her makeup nice. I don't know if y'all remember Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Remember the episode,
the earthquake episode,
when he got stuck in the basement with his girlfriend?
Tisha
He
Campbell.
was like, stuck in the basement, sitting on a bicycle, girl, getting on my nerves. I thought she was fine, going out of my mind. Don't know if her body is hers. And that's us today, especially with all these facial filters, these fake Instagram, these fake, cats,
Body parts.
Let me say one thing real quick. Ladies, look, when we say stuff, don't take it to the extreme. When we say we like a natural woman, that doesn't mean go raw face, and grow an Angela Davis
foundation
afro.
is cool.
It's not that serious. All we just saying is just take care of yourself. That's it.
Right.
And know yourself.
Just enhance yourself to the best of your ability. That does not mean lace fronts. That does not mean all that other extra stuff. That is not interesting. That is for y'all. We do not care about any of that stuff.
Right. And we like stretch marks, but still take your ass up and walk.
Yeah.
Go get your workout into it at least a couple times a week.
And all facts. Every woman don't deserve to have ass too.
Right.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
Take what
it ain't
you-
gotta
take
be a
what you got.
6-pack, but at least
A lot of folks out here dying
don't be
to
wilding
purchase
out.
ass and stuff like. I mean, you got other assets.
Right,
Ass ain't
right.
everything.
We not mad at them degrees, but remember, still have a personality.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Don't
Gotcha.
care how much money you make either.
Right. It's not always about your money. Sometimes it's like, yo, can we call you honey?
So even if you're submissive, you still need to have a personality.
Yeah.
Of course.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
just
nothing wrong
coming
with
We
back
don't want
with
no
a good
weak
answer.
woman.
Hey.
I mean, still give me some pushback.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
Right.
But like, it's time to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Alright.
Right. Hey, if women could just understand that one thing,
If they got why.
hey,
If they got why. It's not personal. If they got why. I think in general, men, y'all don't realize how much stress goes on in a day. And we get it. Y'all mothers and everything, but we as black men have to go through life and death every day, from home to work to make it back home. Us making it back home, it has to be at least an hour break.
I think of that. I think of that exhibit
Like,
video.
for real.
Remember that exhibit video? What
When
you
he
see
went to
is
the-
what you get
That
now.
is the perfect
and he went
example
to
of
store.
a black man
Look
right
at pull
there.
up that video and watch that
There's a
video.
Best video ever made
Yeah,
right there.
that's that's in my
Exhibit,
top 5
what you see is what you
videos.
get
What
now.
you see is what you get
That
by
video
exhibit.
I'm gonna check that out.
is the
Old
stress
school
level of a
video.
black man.
Look at that video.
I'll put it to you like this. Last night I was about to go out. My homeboy was having his birthday party. I'm gonna go kick it. He was down in Compton somewhere. I'm like, yo, I get off work a little after 9. I'm like, yo, let me go and check this out. As soon as I'm about to roll out the door, I'm hearing helicopters going, police cars
I'm
flashing.
going home.
I'm like, yo, I'm already at the crib. I'm about to leave.
Right.
And then I got to think, yo, what can happen? The likelihood that I get pulled over, 40%, because Super Bowl's here. They got all these checkpoints all over the place. Likely, and then I get pulled over. That could go south real quick. So I got to be like, ooh, let me dodge that bullet. Then I got to think, oh, where am I going? Oh, I know what his block is. I know who over there. Now let me make sure I don't have to deal with that situation, because then that could go wrong. Do I bring the strap or not? Well, I don't have a permit on me right now, so if I get caught with it, then I'm a problem. But I don't want to be caught without it either. So do I care?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Hey, but you just said it.
Like,
you don't want to be caught with it, but you don't want to be caught without it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like we are constantly weighing these type of decisions just to think about, yo, am I gonna go and celebrate my homie's birthday with him right quick?
Real talk.
And that's just one
talk.
day,
Real
one
talk.
situation.
real shit. Just yesterday,
Yeah.
I want everybody to give a prayer to my cousin. He was on the way to work.
See?
Got popped in the chest
That quick.
Shit.
because the nigga cut him off or some shit. And, nigga, what the woo? Pop, 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 pop.
That quick.
My nigga in the hospital right now.
Oh, bless him. I'm definitely. Prayers to him.
Yes, sir.
And I think it's fun. We can be lighthearted about it, but it's sobering what it is.
Yeah.
And like I said, if people
to
don't
work.
get what it is,
He's going to work.
you know what I'm saying? And you know,
That's real talk. I had to have a convo like that with a chick I was dating where I just had to be straight up with her. Like, yo, you come from this world where everything is all honky dory and all glitz and glamour, and your sole purpose is in life is to plan vacations and just relax because you semi-retired at this point.
Right.
Same age, but she's done well for herself and she's doing her thing. Meanwhile, I'm like, yo, I'm still out here in the grind.
Oh, wow.
Why are you laughing?
but I hear what you're saying. You said so her existence is making.
You know how many life risks men have took just to go visit a woman just because of where she stay at.
Man.
Once upon a time in the project.
That is a real thing.
I almost died one
to
time.
even court y'all. If y'all stay a certain place,
I almost
that
died.
is different.
See?
That is different.
Even Fernando putting his life on the line for the punani.
Man.
I almost got crushed by a semi truck. Coming back from Long Beach,
Mm.
I got to semi truck. I went to go see this girl.
Where she living in City Commerce?
No, she lived in Long Beach.
She live in Compton where?
No, she lived in Long Beach.
He's at Long Beach.
Long Beach,
I
where
got.
at? Oh,
I
where at?
got.
No,
This
Logos probably stay on the east side.
this was established last podcast. I have deep ties to Long Beach.
Oh,
Long days.
oh.
So-
we had to bring it out.
Shout
Like,
out to
Long-
Snoop.
Long Beach-
Shout out to Snoop.
Long Beach always has a way to bring me back.
yeah.
Full disclosure, I was born in Long Beach Memorial,
Hey.
and I went
You
to.
were too.
So I went to go see this girl, right?
Mhm,
And I was driving back, right?
mhm.
And I was on the freeway, right by Carson.
Did you bring your magnums?
This was established at a kneel.
Damn.
So there's a
Wow.
semi truck that almost slammed into me, cut me off, and then I had to swerve out the way, got rear ended, and spun out in the middle of the freeway.
She didn't even appreciate the flowers you brought up.
Mm.
Hell no, she was talking shit. She's like, "Why you no text me back?" I was like, "Cause I got, cause I got into a car accident." She's like, "Oh, you good?" I'm like, "Yeah, my car's
you
totaled."
good?
I
You
was like,
straight?
my car's totaled, but yeah, I guess.
Is it white and
Hey,
wild?
but look, you want to see the relationship between a man and a woman?
Mhm.
He totaled his car on his way to see her. And did she get out of bed and go pick him up?
Nope.
Nope. She was like, well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
She didn't know
I'll see you when you get your new
She
car.
said I'm gonna go to bed.
She didn't.
Said, "All right,
She didn't
Tia,
know how to
that's a
drive.
nice-
She didn't know how to drive.
Wow.
Right.
But
so you should have picked a new one. You
What's
can't
she
pick one with a car, Fernando.
What's she bringing to the relationship?
What's she bringing to the
Fernando?
table when you the table, Fernando?
y'all know what she's bringing. She had a main coke problem too.
Oh, damn. Not the nose candy.
Fernando, you gotta love yourself better, bro. You gotta think about your choices. You got options, Fernando. You got options.
You deserve better.
Hey, but you know what they say? Coke make it a little more moist.
Oh Lord.
Lord, that's what they say?
That's what they say. So you
I
know.
thought it was a numbing agent.
Now I see why you say with it, Fernando. Now I see why you.
Oh, Lord, on that note.
Right.
On that note, I got to get these health benefits in the
Fernando
morning.
said
So.
she
Lord
got
have
the
mercy.
ooh-wee with the.
Yeah, I gotta be at work at 6:30.
Yes, sir. So, yeah. Now, I appreciated this conversation. I got all these mental notes in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Save some questions for the ladies. Too.
Please do. Absolutely. Please do.
Mhm.
You guys, you guys are my group. Thank you. Thank y'all for coming. We will pick up where we left off next season.
Mhm.
All right.
And as I always say, be well, and we'll see you next time.